Hi, I am Nurihan Zakaria. Welcome to this video where I will be explaining about life cycle assessment of incinerator bottom ash into NEWSand. This video is part of my assignment for BNS 20202 Waste Management Technology. Before we dive deep into the topic of life cycle assessment of incinerator bottom ash into NEWSand, here is a little sneak peek of the content of this video. This video will discuss about life cycle assessment, incinerator bottom ash, NEWSand, its environmental impact, and ways of mitigating its impact. To begin with, I will first explain what is life cycle assessment, as there might be some who are unfamiliar with the term. Life cycle assessment is defined as a systematic analysis of the potential environmental impacts of a product during its entire life cycle. Its framework usually uses cradle-to-grave or cradle-to-cradle techniques. To explain simply, the difference between cradle-to-grave and cradle-to-cradle is the end waste of a product is upcycled and not wasted. Hence, it is cradle-to-cradle. These techniques are used to assess its environmental impacts associated with all the stages of its product's life, which is from raw material extraction to material processing, manufacture, distribution, and use. Back to the main topic. So what is incinerator bottom ash, or also known as IBA? IBA is a form of ashes produced in incineration facilities. They are the main residue from municipal solid waste, and this refers to the incombustible materials that remain in the furnace after combustion. IBA is a very heterogeneous material comprised of irregularly shaped particles and wide particle size distribution. This material is a complex inorganic mixture generally composed of melt products, minerals, metallic, compounds, ceramic, and glass. Classification and management practices of IBA differ worldwide. Adequately treated IBA can be turned into quality materials for land reclamation, non-structural concrete, bricks, and etc. So why transform treated incinerator bottom ash? Firstly is to reduce the amount of waste. Secondly, specifically for Singapore, their goal is to expand Semakau landfill lifespan. Thirdly is to reinvent waste. Lastly is because treated incinerator bottom ash have high potential use in construction. How and what happened after treated IBA is transformed? If you are wondering how, municipal solid waste is gasified at high temperature into a vitrified glass-like slag. This equals to the product, which is NEWSand. Some of you might be wondering what is the correlation of IBA with NEWSand. Here is the logic behind transforming IBA into NEWSand. Incinerator bottom ash is targeted to substitute sand or fine aggregates in construction, partially or fully replacement due to its similar properties to natural sand. Hence is the name. After all this talk, so what is NEWSand? NEWSand is a new innovation of material made from incinerated waste that could potentially be used as construction material. As you can see in the picture included, NEWSand made from slag has already been used to construct a temporary 105 meter long footpath at our Tampines hub and a 3D printed concrete bench. In fact, a field test using NEWSand material generated from IBA has been conducted at a stretch of Tanah Merah Coast Road starting from mid-2020 in Singapore. Innovation of NEWSand. NEWSand was innovated due to Singapore's drive to overcome constraints and to create a precious resource from waste. NEWSand is created to help them to close their waste loop and to extend the lifespan of their one and only landfill, Semakau landfill. Here is the process of making NEWSand. The first started with municipal solid waste. They are collected and went through incineration process where they are combusted, and IBA is the main solid output of the process. This IBA then were treated and tasted into the making of NEWSand. Does this IBA transformed product have any impact on environment? Sure it does. Back in 2019 in United Kingdom, explosion due to foam concrete made from IBA had occurred. It was discovered that aluminium in the concrete can form hydrogen gas deposit while the concrete sets. On the good side, IBA transformed product is supporting Singapore's aim of becoming a zero waste country. Lesser amount of waste is also being transported to Semakau landfill, hence is supporting their goals. What is the way to mitigate the impact of this IBA transform product? Firstly, strategy number 1. The Health and Safety Executive updated their guidelines to suggest IBA aggregates can only be poured in open air, in well-ventilated areas, and no spark generating tools, such as disc cutter and angle grinders, can be used during setting. Strategy number 2. Singapore is doing a field test using NEWSand on percentage used to define the amount of IBA transformed NEWSand inside the construction mixture. It's the end of the video. Thank you so much for tuning in.